Jeremiah with the Teaching Today PodClass here outside Liberty High School at the school board trustees meeting for August 22nd. Last time we talked, we had just had to pull our episode with Dr. Jar because of a contract dispute. And so the amount of educators out here today is incredible. Not just educators, though, but community members, families, support staff. I'm sure I've seen all sorts of folks coming through here. I'd say at this point, we're just getting started. There's about maybe 400 folks, if not more. I hear traffic's really far backed up by the school here. And I just grabbed Jim Frazee, who is one of the executive board members for CCA for Zone 1. I have the pleasure of working with him. I've mentioned him several times on the podcast. And I just wanted to have him share some thoughts with you, our listeners, about the contract dispute.
Jeremiah, thank you so much. And it's what does it take to get on your show? A strike, okay? So it's a hard gig to get on, but I'm honored to be here, and thank you for allowing me to speak. You know, I tell people that educators don't want to strike. We want to be in the classroom, but we have to honor the district has to honor their commitment, and it's a commitment. And we have to demonstrate to our kids basic integrity, and we expect our employer to do the same thing. This is 3 years in the making, this endeavor. Okay? Educators have sacrificed hundreds of hours, 700 hours, basically, as well as myself, thousands of dollars. And you got to keep your word.
So, yep, keep your word. That's why we're here. We have had several attempts at getting the basically the $5,000 raises for educators. We worked really hard. CCA worked really hard in order to secure those raises. What do you think the outcome will be of this rally today? Do you hope we'll get some movement from the district, or are we looking at striking still?
You know, when educators show up, and they show up whether it's for the rally downtown, for the legislators paid attention, or this incredible turnout, the lines, the traffic are truly amazing, then I'm hoping the school board trustees realize that there are faces and lives attached to these statistics, because everything is data-driven. But the reality of it, these are real people with real families that did some real sacrifice. So yes, I do expect them to listen. I have faith in Jar. I think he'll do the right thing. Sometimes you just have to help people do the right thing.
Sometimes. All right, well, I will let you get back to marching with our fellow educators and community members. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow, I guess.
And you couldn't invite me to the Johnny Eats episode?
I don't even get invited to the Johnny Eats episodes. So I keep seeing him on Facebook, and he keeps laughing at our comment, but I'm going to get on that show one day. So, all right.
Thank you.
No, thank you. All right, Teaching Today PodClass out here again at Liberty High School, sitting outside before the school board trustees meeting. I'm sitting here with Joel Broom, who's a teacher at Centennial High School with me. He is one of the folks that's affected by this contract dispute, so I just asked him to say a few words. What did you expect? Why did you go out and invest in a master's degree?
I invested in the master's degree for a couple of different reasons. Most notably was because I was told 3 years ago that if I accumulated enough CUs, I would get the pay increase that accompanies them. So I went ahead and did an entire master's degree. Was about to file the paperwork this past week, only to be told, by the way, we aren't giving you that column increase you earned.
So what do you think of the turnout here? Is it pretty impressive?
There's a lot of red out here tonight.
So it's a big sea of red. I'm impressed.
It's great when a car goes through. It's like Moses. We're parting the Red Sea.
Well, I wanted to thank you. I'm glad you came out. We are CCA and all the rest of us here today. We're fighting for you. We sincerely want to make sure you get what you have worked so hard for, invested money in time. So good luck to you, and thank you so much for talking with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Something, I think.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's me. Hi, nice to see you. Hi, we're here today with Alex Roach, right? Roche.
Mic check.
Yeah, 1 2 1 2. We're gonna throw down. Hi.
I've been here for like 2 hours. I haven't even got to talk to my co-host yet. It's been crazy. We've talked to a couple. I've talked to a couple people. I've talked to people on live. So it's the turnout. What do you think of the turnout? This is Alexander. Say your last name.
Roche.
He is one of the advocacy and representation folks for CCA. Playing a big part. How many people do you think turned out today?
So I was told there was over almost 800 signs, and we ran out of signs, and people, at least several dozen people came up to me personally asking for more signs.
Wow, that's incredible. What did you think of the turnout, Kristen?
You know, I was absolutely thrilled because I actually was telling News 3 when I was talking to Max Patero earlier that a lot of people had, obligations which were contractually, obligated to go into their school, whether that be open house or other things, and we had a pretty solid turnout here. So is that a testament to what's going to come on September 10th if we finish it?
I don't know. They've got 3 rooms. They got the theater, which holds 200. They have one of the lecture centers, which holds about 150-ish. Filled, and the cafeteria filled of people waiting to hear what's going on in this meeting. So it's still just really incredible. So we'll still be walking around for a little bit longer, and I know a lot of people are scheduled to speak. So we'll check that out. And it's been a good time. So we'll be back in a bit.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so we are here today with
Nicole Hunt,
who was so sweet to take the time and talk to us. And she has a son who is how old?
He's 8 years old.
And where does he go to school?
Tanaka Elementary School.
Tanaka's a good school. Okay. So as a parent for, a child that's in CCSD right now, what is your thoughts about this whole situation?
I want teachers to be treated fairly. And teachers put a lot of work into the classroom, and they deserve to be compensated for the work that they're doing. So
I absolutely agree. And, it's funny because, Nicole, I actually have a 4-year-old that is in preschool right now, and he's actually got a long school career ahead of him. And it concerns me to see how many people are leaving the profession every year, and also that now, we're talking about subs coming in to fill vacant positions, which just doesn't seem like there's going to be offering a lot of rigor there. So now, are you an educator yourself?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and where do you teach?
I teach at Fest Middle School.
Okay, so you have the little middle school people. That's wonderful. All right, so now as an educator, what is your opinion about all this?
I think it's terrible what the district keeps doing to us year after year, constantly fighting for money that we're owed. They took 2 years off of not giving us any raises to work for our CUs, and then when teachers eventually reached that point, they're like, oh, sorry, we don't have the money. But they were perfectly happy the 2 years that they weren't giving us any raises. So eventually, when do you put your foot down and say, enough is enough, I'm tired?
Yeah. And that's actually been the general consensus around all the media that has been put out with all the news outlets, like the radio, LVRJ, surprisingly with them. And I feel the same way. And I am absolutely sick. I sit on the negotiations committee, and sitting there last night and listening to us go back and forth. And I just don't ever understand why we're not on the same page. And that's very scary. So I think this absolutely needs to be upheld. I feel like there needs to be consequences. What's the general feeling in your building right now about everything?
Everybody's upset. We had a wonderful staff meeting today, which I felt like our principal really supported whatever decision we made. And all of us want what's due to us. And I'm personally not one of the teachers that earn the CUs. I fortunately went to the salary scale when we were I was at Masters Plus 32 when we switched over. But I'm standing up for the teachers that did work for it, because I would have been upset if it happened back then when I got my credit. So I think we all need to stick together because we are one big CCSD family.
You know what? That's absolutely true, and that's what it's all about: unity and being with our brothers and sisters. And it's not just about pay here; it's about the friends that are not getting. Look, you can tell I'm an elementary teacher, friends. It's about I think it was 1185 at this time. That's how many people were eligible for a call-in movement, and it's about them getting what is owed to them, and that's really it. So, thank you so much, Nicole.
No problem.
Any last thoughts that you'd like to add?
I'm good.
All righty, thank you so much.
All right, we're here with Ruben De Silva outside Liberty High School still. He's here in support. Are you actually eligible for the CUs?
Yes, I am actually, and I opted in. I'm actually working on my CU. No. In terms of the step increase. No, I'm working on them. I have a bunch accumulated. I want to say close to 80, 90 now. Okay. But I don't even know if I'm going to, keep doing it, because I keep seeing my colleagues not getting their raises delivered, and I don't know if it's worth it.
So you came out here today just to support your brothers and sisters, and in solidarity, right?
1,000%. I'm here to support my my brothers and sisters, my fellow teachers, and I'm in 1,000% solidarity with them, and whatever it takes to make sure that this contract is an adequate one for educators across the board.
Excellent. We hope to have you on the show sometime. You have to come into the office and sit down with us, okay?
Oh, I got you. Anytime.
All right, bud. Thank you.
Peace.
So we have some updates here. This has been crazy. Like we said, one of these other clips you'll hear. The CCA had brought 800 signs, at least 800 signs, in order to give out to the people who showed up. They ran out. They had more and more people asking for them. So when we get into the school board meeting, they had it's hard to do with the call and response. So when they went into the school board meeting, they had not just the theater, they had a lecture center, and I think I might have gone in one of these other clips, so I apologize if I'm being repetitive. But the lecture hall, which holds another 150 people or so, and then they went into the cafeteria. Well, apparently cafeteria was rented out for the night, so now they were kicked out, and they are all marching back into the center quad area, which is kind of cool. So this is just a remarkable evening, showing support for educators out here, and so stay tuned, and we'll be back a bit. So we're out here with Autumn Tampa. She's
I'm a Title I Literacy and Language Intervention Specialist working in the Zoom.
Okay, excellent. And like I said, I see you on the different board meetings all the time. What did you notice today when you came down to Liberty High School?
I was awestruck. It's incredible. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, close to 1,000, maybe more, teachers and support staff that have come down to fight for their raises.
Excellent. And did you go inside the meeting today?
Oh yes, I was one of the first 10 speakers. So.
And what's the kind of tone inside there? Is it?
It is very angry. It is very strong. The people that spoke very clearly and very precisely about why they should get the raises. If they've spent $50,000 earning the credits that they were promised a raise for, then they should get it. And of course, I'm a support professional, and we've been frozen and had less than a teacher. So my concern, of course, is I want the people that I work with and myself to be able to also partake of a raise. And I think we're making history here.
And I've said this multiple times. I've been like little snippets. It's just incredible the amount of turnout. You guys, like you said, you guys have been frozen for years. You actually kind of took a 6% cut this year between like the PERS contributions and your healthcare increase, and you guys got a 3% bonus last year. That was one time only.
Right.
So I'm sure you're feeling the pinch, correct?
Yes, we are feeling the pinch, and I've got to tell you that there are many, many support staff that feel the exact same way as these teachers. They aren't all here tonight, but I know they do because I've talked with many of them.
Excellent. So, I mean, we're hoping for a quick resolution to this. What do you think? What do you think will happen if the teachers do go on strike?
Well, I am hoping that Governor Sisolak and the legislature call for an emergency session and give the money to education that they have promised us year after year after year, and that we earn and that we deserve.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us, Autumn.
Thank you for letting me. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a good night.
All right.
They closed down the meeting? The school?
They walked out with police. And police escorting them out. They brought police to intimidate us.
They walked out the stage.
Like they were going to do something.
They said shut it down.
They walked out. Oh my God.
The police took them off. Back under police escort.
Are you kidding me? Hey, that's a testament to September 10th, baby.
You heard it here. We had, like I said, we were kind of walking around doing little clips with people. We just spoke with Autumn Tampa. She's a specialist support staff. Had spoke, and I guess when we came back in, there's a large exodus of folks coming out of the board meeting, and now it looks like the school board trustees walked out of the meeting.
Oh, I can't believe that, Jeremiah. How are you going to get up in the most important meeting before negotiations tomorrow and to be listening to your people that are making noise like this to get up and walk out? You know what? When you were voted in for this is the kind of stuff that will be happening to you if you don't honor contracts. And that is proof in the pudding, baby.
We just have a couple hundred folks in this area outside the quad. I don't know if it was something that was going on the inside.
I'm assuming.
We're making a lot of noise out here, but I don't know. Now more folks are coming out here.
Yes.
How you doing, Benita? Everything good, girl? That's
I don't know who you are with.
Yeah, who are you with?
Down. Can I say something?
Yes.
to you,
I want to
please?
say something to you too.
Okay, just for the record, my name is Kimberly Fillmore. I have two students in CCSD, one that attends Sierra Vista and the other one attends Fez Middle School. Today I went up to speak and address Dr. Jara. I asked every CCSD student to stand up and identify as a CCSD member and directed my question to him, why his health is more important than our students' education. He continued to look down at his computer screen and not address the issue at hand. That man has decided that his health is far more important than our educators, when his right-hand person can barely even read a full sentence.
Thank you for your comments.
I'm concerned. My name is Benita Sager. I'm a teacher in the district. I'm concerned about the fact that I don't even have textbooks in my classroom. I don't have any textbooks for my kids to teach them with. I don't have any reading books for my kids to teach with. But he can go buy a $2,400 exercise machine, and my kids don't have books. That's unacceptable.
Thank you for your comments. Anything else you want to add?
No, we need our raise. We work very hard, and it's long overdue.
Are you, by chance, supposed to be getting the column advancement?
Yes.
You are. All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Harry Wiest. I am not a teacher. I have a grandson in the Clark County School District. I've been following these negotiations between the CCSD and the union for quite a while. I cannot believe the legislative session did not appropriate enough funding for Clark County schools. Are you kidding me? All the money in this town? The Clark County School District is the 5th largest district in the country, yet the state of Nevada is ranked in the bottom of the country in educational funding. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, what does that tell you about the people that we vote into office? What do they think about your children, your grandchildren, and their education? 2 words: they don't. Parents, I want you to think 2 years from now what is going to come to Las Vegas. Who is going to want to come and teach? No one. You think there's a teacher shortage now? Wait. The whole country is watching this, and it is a major embarrassment for the state of Nevada. In my humble opinion, the union representing the teachers have been the only one at the table that has negotiated in good faith. The Clark County School District, not so much.
Thank you. I see you have a United Steelworkers shirt. Are you a union person yourself?
I am. I was on our executive board. I was president of our local for many, many years. I've been a union person for 35 years.
All right. Well, thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Simple words. We're going to win.